The gold medals start to flow at the Winter Olympics in Norway. And UN troops deploy around Sarajevo as Serb troops comply with ceasefire terms. This is the CBS Evening News. Edie Magnus reporting. Good evening. We begin tonight in Lillehammer, Norway. America has its first gold medal, won in the men's downhill skiing race by just 0.04 of a second. And Nancy Kerrigan has some thoughts about the decision by the U.S. Olympic Committee to allow Tonya Harding to compete against her. Now, if you're planning to watch the skiing on television tonight and you don't want to know the winner in advance, cover your ears for a moment or two. Mark Phillips is covering the 1994 Winter Olympic Games and has the story of all of today's pageantry and sport.
A funny thing happened in the Grand Olympic setting of Lillehammer today. The Olympic competition started. Pure sport, not a lawsuit in sight. And an Olympic champion for the United States, a well-won gold medal in men's downhill skiing for Alaskan Tommy Moe. A worthy champion and humble to boot.
I mean, sometimes you got to have luck too in this sport, and I think I had some luck today, and I don't know who I think I should thank, probably the guy upstairs the most.
His father had another place to put the credit.
He deserves it. He's a hard-working kid, and he's from Alaska, and he's just a tough son of a gun.
And that's what they thought in Alaska, too.
What do you guys think about Tommy Moe?
We love it! Yeah!
You know, he's a local kid, lives right down the road here, so we're all real excited for him.
Tommy Moe is now a national hero, congratulated by a president's wife in person and by a president on the phone.
What'd you tell that skier, Mr. President?
I told him America was proud of him.
On another Olympic front, Nancy Kerrigan went through her first practice session since learning that Tonya Harding will now skate at these games, and that the question of Harding's involvement or not in the infamous attack on Kerrigan will now be resolved later. She issued a written statement. Regardless of my opinion on the ruling, Kerrigan said, the Olympics have begun and it's time to skate. Harding, preparing to leave for Norway, had her own version of events.
So great.
Looking forward to skating?
Yep, I sure am.
Having a winner here today has finally given the American contingent something more pleasant to deal with than the skating scandal, but it may be just a brief respite until the arrival expected later this week of Tonya Harding. Mark Phillips, CBS News, Lillehammer.
There is progress to report today in efforts to demilitarize Sarajevo. Barry Peterson is in the Bosnian capital, where the impending threat of NATO airstrikes seems to be achieving the desired effect.
UN troops kept digging in above Sarajevo. That's the good news. And there is even better. The surrender of heavy weapons, stalled for a tense day, is back on track.
There are no major stumbling blocks in the negotiations at the moment. It's going on in a step-by-step process.
The Serbs around Sarajevo, with superiority in artillery, say the Bosnians have more infantry. So the Serbs want a reduction in the Bosnian ground forces. It meant tough bargaining all day and more ahead.
It's a little bit delicate. It's a little bit difficult. We're trying to save peace here.
There have been plenty of negotiations in the past months, mostly failures. But the threat of NATO airstrikes should help these talks keep going. And just in case the process fails, Americans convoyed non-essential personnel out of Belgrade. Because of UN sanctions, there are no flights out of the Serbian capital. But there were plenty of flights over Bosnia by UN warplanes. And the strike force commander had a warning for both sides.
When one side appears to be baiting the other, or the other side appears